Do you want to have a confident, well-prepared music audition? Do you want to have an audition that totally shows what you're capable of? Would you like to walk into that audition knowing that you've prepared the best way possible? So, has that happened for you yet? If it hasn't, why not? So, maybe admit it. This isn't the first time you've tried to find solutions to absolutely kill it in an audition and then be chosen for whatever it is you're auditioning for. So when you watch this video all the way to the end, you're going to discover exactly just how to kill it at an audition and be chosen for whatever you're auditioning for, like maybe for an honors ensemble, a part in the school musical, or even to get into a collegiate music program. Hey, my name is Karen Yanishevsky, or you can just call me Kay for short. And not too long ago, I was just like you. Actually, it was a long time ago, but it doesn't feel like it. Let me tell you a quick story about when I used to audition as a high school student. I was always struggling with being my own worst critic, and I was getting more and more up in my head over just the stress of it all. You see, at the time, I was trying to get into either like all county orchestra or NYSSMA area all state orchestra. And, I had some auditions and there was going to still be more to come. It was my sophomore year of high school and something really bad happened. I actually scored really poorly on my very first level 5 solo in sophomore year, 6 levels maximum. So that meant for a while, I couldn't convince myself that I could handle the higher levels. I was worried about it. And as you can imagine, I was mentally in bad shape and desperate. But I wasn't quite ready to give up on that distant dream of being able to just cruise through an audition in a calm and confident manner. So the problem I had is I didn't know how to just kill it at an audition and be chosen for whatever the audition would be for, like auditioning for the school musical, auditioning for an orchestra, whatever. And I couldn't plan out my practice effectively in order to get done with everything that I needed to. Even maybe for my college auditions too, which obviously I prepared for much longer and took them much more seriously. But even those I could have done much better with. So I knew at one point I had to make a change. So first, of course, I tried increasing the amount of practice for each opportunity. I mean, that worked, but it didn't get what I really wanted, which was to reduce the anxiety. I even tried switching like maybe the composers of the solos to something a little more cut and dry. And that was okay. And I tried working with my teacher at the time to make sure I was picking appropriate additions. That worked a little bit better. It was helpful. And then, like, years down the road, I got into college, but there were still auditions to do. And then one of the professors I had helped me to create a practice plan. And guess what? That totally worked. That worked so well. And that's when I realized maybe all this time it wasn't my fault. Maybe I was failing because the destructive thoughts and like my mindset towards it all. No wonders I was struggling. So for years, people always want you to believe, and I definitely believed this too, that all auditions are political. And when I figured out that that really isn't true, I was finally able to figure out what I really needed to handle these auditions, all different kinds. The problem was I was already kind of deep into my career. So like when I figured this out, I was already a music director. I was auditioning students at this time. So I didn't really have any more auditions. It was too late for me. All those missed opportunities. So the real problem that I figured out, my problem was definitely my thoughts and my mindset. Those were the things keeping me from discovering the best audition secrets and to really prove myself, honestly. So once I realized that there are so many things that adjudicators look for in every person's audition, that's when I started to realize what audition skills actually meant. I used what I discovered to be able to transfer my music director's knowledge and experience back to the student to help lay out what is really important for them to understand, all the different layers of it all. Create practice plans specifically to get students out of the holes that they've gotten themselves into when maybe they procrastinated a little too long. Help eliminate performance and audition anxiety with various practice solutions, practice settings, and mindset tricks. I didn't realize it when I started that not only does it make your desired outcome more attainable, but also helps you have a confident, really, really well-prepared audition, and have an audition that totally shows what you're capable of, everything you're capable of, and helps you walk into the audition knowing that you've prepared the best way possible, without a doubt. And that's why I created Audition Like a Pro. This took perhaps all of the years of my career, all the failures, the good things, and especially the good things that have helped my students do to help them have really, really successful auditions, to get the system that is super strong and get it created for people like you. And for my students, it has so been worth it. It makes facing their anxiety towards audition and performing and picking it apart so much easier. What used to take me far too long, I can now get done within a few weeks of watching my students work like this. In fact, here's just a sample of what you're going to get. So, you learn to organize your practice week by week and practice session by practice session so that you can be like 138% confident that you won't run out of time to develop your repertoire absolutely fully. You'll learn to practice in special ways that expose you to like pressured situations so you can be more mentally prepared for the audition when it arrives. Understand the psychology around your performance anxiety and learn to manage it once and for all, so that you can just exude confidence and a relaxed state of mind during the audition, right when you need it the most. Doesn't that sound too good to be true? Not too good to be true. That's a fact. That is how I am for every single performance. I don't really audition anymore, but I don't have to. But I perform constantly. Sometimes solo performances, sometimes for large audiences, sometimes not even for music, because I dance too. And there is zero performance anxiety, and it's because of these secrets that I'm going to share with you in this. Understand what to do with your solo repertoire, whether if you have to pick it yourself, or maybe you get stuck with your teacher's choice, so that you can quickly get past the stress of the selection itself and the opinion of it all, and just get right to work and thinking about it more objectively. Use your next audition as the one that pivots the whole experience, so that you can learn from the outcome you get and continue to be even stronger at auditioning that next time around. But don't just take my word for it. Just listen to this. Each year, between county and regional solo festivals that my students participate in, students auditioning for musicals and college programs, and plus the competition that we host right in my studio, I help up to dozens of students prepare for their big moments. Like in certain years, especially the years we have the competition, because it's every other year, I could be preparing like 24 students, maybe 36 over the course of a year, prepare for auditions. Yeah, so I do this a lot. So those that follow this system that we're talking about here closely, they get the result that they want. And those that don't, they struggle, or they fail, or they're still really anxious about it. Why are they anxious though? So the difference is that they are given a system, a plan, and exact things to do to get there. Are you sure you have that? You might want to think about that. And if you're like having any doubts about that, then this is for you. But before you get started, let me ask you a question. Would you like to get access to Audition Like Pro then? For less than $50, you can get access to everything inside the system here, Audition Like a Pro. Now, while it would be impossible to show you all of the benefits of Audition Like a Pro right here, I want to show you some of the things that you'll experience as soon as you're on the inside. So you'll actually get a 6-module self-study video program, access to a private group with students just like you taking this course, and it's moderated by me personally. So that means you get the ability to ask me questions, especially questions that are unique to your specific situation, like whenever you need. And, if it's right in the group, that means other people that have those questions too, they'll be able to get them answered also. It's a win-win. If user feedback indicates that something should be added to the course, you're going to be notified of those updates so you don't miss out, even if you took the course like 2 years ago. Okay, so that's really cool too. So here's another bonus too. You also get a recipe to create your own personalized practice plan that will work for any audition. You get to customize it for whatever it is you're auditioning for. This is considered like a $243 value. Another thing is this exclusive group of students that you get access to in this group that are just like you, to discuss what's working and what isn't, to share experience and help each other grow. That's like being part of a support group. That's like a $147 value. Another bonus here is that we have a section that talks about what kind of music teacher you have that you're working with at school or in your studio, and how their style is either helping you or what areas you might need to fill in, more like yourself, like what's missing. It's usually not at any fault of the teachers, it's more like time that's at fault. That's like a $62 value. The total value of this is like $452. Why? Why is it that high? Because if a private teacher were to take you through all of this and go over each component with you, it could take months worth of lessons, especially when you start totaling all the hours that we're spending on this, that you actually get inside Audition Like a Pro. So if all this was to show you how to cruise through your audition in this calm, confident manner, would it be worth it to you? If all this did was to help your anxiety around the preparation and execution of your audition, would it be worth it? Of course it would. Want some even better news? I'm not going to charge you $452. I'm only going to charge you $47. But you must act now, because you don't want your next audition to somehow end up being like your worst. What if you can't take that gamble? If you have an audition where your future career's on the line, you can't afford not to get this then. No one needs that level of anxiety in their lives. Your next audition does not have to be that way. So just imagine what life would be like walking into that audition room and you're confident and you're not nervous and you're well prepared and you absolutely kill it. Obliterate that competition that you either see or don't see. And then you, without a doubt, in the adjudicator's mind, get chosen for what you're auditioning for. Amazing. So click join right now. And after you put in your credit card information, you're going to be taken right to a secure members area where you can access Audition Like a Pro, even if it's like 2 a.m. For those of you who are already signing up, here's what's going to happen next. You'll be able to create an account at Uplevel U Music or log in if you already have one. Once you pay for the course, you'll be taken immediately to the beginning of the course and just follow the sequence of videos. Have your notebook ready. There's going to be some things you're going to want to take down for later. Let's be blunt. If you pass on this offer, will you totally succeed at music auditions? Maybe not. You'll just keep struggling and stressing and never figure out how to have that calm, confident audition, knowing you've prepared exactly how you need to. Most of what you need is instruction and encouragement from someone who's already successfully been there, done that with music auditions, and has seen how other students have succeeded with a much better way. Get this course online now and get the music audition success that you want. So as a reminder, you're going to get, with Audition Like a Pro, 6 modules of self-study videos, a private group with students just like you taking this course, moderated by me, the ability to ask me questions whenever you need, and if user feedback indicates that something should be added, like your user feedback, you're going to be notified when those updates are actually made to the course and added. Bonus, the recipe to create your own personalized practice plan to work for any audition. Exclusive group of students just like you to discuss what is working and what isn't, to share experiences and help each other grow. A section that talks about what kind of music teacher you have, how their style is helping you, and where you may need to fill in more with yourself. Never before have you had such a unique opportunity that will take you by the hand and help you kill it at your next audition, and then get chosen what it is that you're auditioning for. Act now so you can have that confident, well-prepared audition. Have an audition that totally shows what you're capable of, and walk into the audition knowing you've prepared in the best possible way, like I did. This entire online course offer could be sold for $452, maybe even more. But this introductory price of $47 is kind of like a buy it now before it's gone offer. So act fast. I'll see you there.